strong, confident. I think oftentimes women are perceived as sometimes maybe being too bold or, too ostentatious. And I feel like as women, we need to kind of glorify the strong and bold women that kind of stick their chest out a little bit and have a little bit of confidence and bravado about themselves. I love female leaders coaching and mentoring the female youth. I think it's awesome to see like coaching staffs like Notre Dame that are all women. And then, you have a male perspective on their staff. I think oftentimes we don't have enough female leaders to look up to. It's a small pool of people to kind of pick from, and I think the more opportunities we can give for our basketball players to look at us as those, executors of female leadership, I think that's a good thing. I was around, I can remember the WNBA's first game, so I grew up with Dawn Staley as a player, not as a coach, For me, it was a lot of those like coaching staffs that were, like I said, kind of female-led. Muffet McGraw has always been a huge impact on my life growing up around South Bend or being born around South Bend. And then, growing up in South Florida, you had a smaller pool of female leaders to kind of pick from and model yourself after. So, my family would always send me articles from the South Bend Tribune like, hey, this is what Muffet's doing and this is where our Irish are and what they're doing. And Neil Ivey, I remember watching her play in college, so, I grew up with Notre Dame, obviously, to a smaller extent, but, when it comes to me and the mentors that I've looked up for, truthfully, it's the bold women that were trailblazers in our sport. There is something really clearly definitive about those people that are courageous enough to be the first ones to lead. Oftentimes I feel like you're judged a lot on taking that pivotal stance, and for me to have that confidence and that courage to be alone and to lead the way with that, I think takes a lot of guts. People like Cheryl Reeves that coached very passionately. I think Kim Mulkey gets a little bit of a rap, but she is who she is, and she's confident with that. And she doesn't hold the opinions of everybody else kind of trying to tear her down. She is who she is, and she stands on it. So, those are kind of some of the people that, are inspiring to me because they don't get persuaded by, the latest trend or anything like that. They kind of stand on what they believe in. I think it's finally caught on a little bit, and it truly isn't just with our sport, and I think that's the awesomeness about it. The magnitude is stretched into volleyball, into women's soccer, and I mean, if you really want to argue, women's soccer actually paved the way for us in equal pay and stuff like that. And we were just on our flight back from New York City, and there's a little kid that comes up to us and wanted to meet our team. Her dream is to play Division I women's basketball. Her dad sends me an email last night. Thank you so much for your players taking the time just to talk to my daughter in 6th grade. That's incredible, the fact that we even have that small little, podium to kind of stand on. So I think it's grown in many different ways, but I think it's really just providing opportunities for those 6th graders who are in the middle of Ohio, because that's where they were traveling to, to have an opportunity to meet and greet a Division I player and kind of see what it's like and what sacrifices are needed to be made to kind of take that step.